Hey there, guys, and welcome to the Free China live stream. I hope everybody's doing well.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Shi. Thank you very much. So, yeah, welcome to the stream. I think today we've got an interesting one, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. I know there are already a few people in here. It's good to see you all, and I will be answering some of the comments a little bit later on, but I just want to get straight to the to today's topic, okay? So, do you remember my last live stream when I was sitting in front of a brick wall? A rather depressing backdrop, actually. I'm not even sure why I chose that. But anyway, I was sitting in front of a brick wall and I was talking about whether or not it was worth making videos about China in 2024. And I came to the conclusion that yes, it is, because there's more and more propaganda coming out of China these days and all over like Western media, social media like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, because you have what I called them part-time shills, but they're not really part-time shills. They're more like part-time propagandists for the CCP. As in, I'm not really sure if they're even aware that they're pushing the CCP's propaganda. But what they do is they show up to China on one of these temporary visas. China's dishing these out now because they want to get more and more influencers to show up to China and make these like tourism videos, these puff piece tourism videos where these people go around and they show you how amazing it is in China to travel around and all of the opportunities. And you know what? It's kind of true, right? I mean, I went to China. I did a lot of traveling around, and as a tourist, it can be quite a cool place to go to, right? But what I really dislike about some of these like part-time propagandists is that they kind of push the CCP's propaganda. And it's just a little bit strange. Like, here's an example. Okay, let me just open this up. Here we are. Oops, went a little bit too fast there. Okay, now I'm not really going to be picking on these guys. Hold on, let's zoom in. They're called Alan and Shannon. They are just one of the groups of people that have gone to China to push the little propaganda, one of these little propaganda trips. They're just one of them. They're kind of like the first one that came up when I did a little search for it. So I'm not really targeting these guys at all. I'm just using them as an example of how China uses these people to push their propaganda. Okay, so this is Alan and Shannon. They have 28,400 subscribers. And one of the videos is called Religion is Not Banned in China? Question mark, exploring Xi'an. So they went to Xi'an to just eat some food. But for some reason, religion is not banned in China is the main part of their title, even though they didn't even speak about this for a lengthy time in the video. I think they covered it for about, I don't know, like a minute at the most. We'll have a look at it in a second anyway. So, religion is not banned. Why on earth this title for a food tasting video? I have no idea, but whatever. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, let's zoom in. Oops. Oh my God. Wrong thing. I zoomed in on the wrong part there. Sorry, guys. Oh, shit. Okay. And another one that they did that we're going to have a little look at is traveling to the world's most futuristic city, ChongQing, China. Yay! Again, more CCP propaganda talking points. You see it all over Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, talking about how ChongQing is this amazing futuristic city, right? Although, a train going through a building and, like a house on a boat, a petrol station like on a building is apparently futuristic. But anyway, let's just have a quick look at what they're talking about, shall we?
I think this is more what they call the Chinese hamburger because it is made from beef. You'll see it here how tender that is and the juices.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry, that was just having a little bit of fun. They're trying their Chinese hamburger, a rojia talking about how the beef is really tender and blah blah blah. Cool, no, not a problem with that at all. Go and try the food, talk about how great the food is. Cool, good stuff, right? Awesome, keep it up. But no.
Jan Moss.
So this up here in the Chinese characters actually means
Yep, those are the Chinese characters for mosque for sure, 100%. It's Qingjian Si, I think, is mosque in Chinese.
mosque.
Okay, cool.
And something very, very interesting, Shannon, tell.
Oh, okay, so they've discovered something very, very interesting. I can't wait to hear this one. Can you? I really can't wait, I'm pretty much just I just can't wait. I'm just like,
oh my God.
Can't wait for this one.
Tell us a little bit about what we've just learned.
So, as we've said before, there's been a bit of a difference between what we've witnessed here in China and what we've been taught back when we were in school. And one thing was that we got taught that religion was completely banned in China. And here I am standing at a mosque. No other words.
So, one more time, let's just hear that. Sorry. So they learned in school that religion is banned in China. Which school did they go to? I don't remember learning that at school. Like, seriously. I might have learned that religion is suppressed in China, which indeed it is, which we're going to look at, don't worry, but completely banned. I don't ever remember that being in the school curriculum. How about you guys? Did you learn that at school, that religion is banned in China? I mean, come on.
So, as we've said before, there's been a bit of a difference between what we've witnessed here in China and what we've been taught back when we were in school. And one thing was that
You need to go back to school.
we got taught that religion was completely banned in China. And here I am standing at a mosque. No other words.
So you saw a mosque. So that means that religion is A-okay in China because you saw one mosque.
Naive!
Absolutely 100% naive. I mean, it's not their fault, really. They've just gone to China on their little tourist visa holiday. They've only seen the good things, and now they've seen a mosque, so they just assume that everywhere is exactly the same. Okay, but let's look at religion in China a little bit. Okay, so I've set up this little, like, kind of, I guess you could say, presentation for you guys to look at. So let's just have a quick look. Don't worry, we're not going to dwell too much on this, okay? Because this has been covered like many times on my channel and on others. So the Chinese government controls religion through strict regulations and oversight. Key measures include dun 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 registration. Religious groups must register with the government. Okay, approved organizations. Only state-sanctioned religious organizations are permitted to operate, such as the Chinese Patriotic Catholic Association and the Three Self-Patriotic Movement for Protestant Churches. So they have to be approved by the government, okay? regulation. Religious activities are regulated by the state administration for religious affairs. So you can't just be a religion without the Chinese government interfering and trying to regulate that religion. Surveillance. Again, we've seen this so many times, right? But religious practices are monitored, and unapproved religious gatherings can be shut down. They can just shut it down on a whim as well, arbitrarily detain all of the religious practitioners. Okay. Education and indoctrination. Religious education is controlled, and religious institutions must align with socialist values and the policies of the Communist Party. Okay. So you see what's going on here, right? These measures aim to ensure that religious practices align with state interests and maintain social stability, or the CCP's idea of social stability. And here we have just a girl or a woman worshipping Xi Jinping and Mao Zedong. And just remember, I don't know if you've seen this, but this is a chair that she sat on. It's become like a site for worship, I guess you could say. And Xi Jinping stood here. People actually go there. It's almost like Xi Jinping is a god himself. He's a deity, right? Again, this is where Xi Jinping stood, and here he is where he took a dump on a toilet. That red thing is the toilet that Xi Jinping took a dump on. Okay, let's just quickly go through this. Sorry, guys, just had to take it back there. Okay, so this is from Freedom House, and China scores a whopping 0 out of 4 for religious freedom. Are individuals free to practice and express their religious faith or non-belief in public and private? No, they are not. And this is basically what I just went through in the little presentation. So I'm not going to read it, but I'll just read. Actually, I'll read a little bit, okay? So the party state operates a multifaceted apparatus to control all aspects of religious activity, including by vetting religious leaders for political reliability, placing limits on the number of religious authorities such as priests and imams, requiring ideological conformity within religious doctrine, and installing security cameras inside religious establishments. So yeah, CCP controls all religion, and the party comes before any religion. So when this like part-time propagandist says in her video, what was it she said? Let's just go back.
Completely banned in China, and here I am standing at a mosque. No other words.
So she's right that religion is not completely banned in China, but she didn't learn that at school, okay? But you know, the CCP strictly controls all religion, and they can just shut down any religion on a whim if the religion goes against the party doctrine. So this is when I was in China. I went to a temple, okay, like a Buddhist Taoist temple in Dalian. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. Here it is. Looks pretty nice, right? It does look nice, I have to say. Look at that. They must really, really care about religion in China. But then you've got the flags flying there. Great. And of course, which flag takes centerpiece? But of course, the flag of China. And then you've got the banners everywhere that says "Aigo," so love your country, be patriotic. "Ai Jiao," which means love religion. Yeah. "Gongjian" means build together. And "Hexie," which means social harmony. So love your country, love religion, and let's build together social harmony. Now, any other country would you see this kind of propaganda at a religious site, so telling you that you have to love your country? No, absolutely not. So it's ridiculous. Okay, now this is completely different to that wonderful country of Taiwan, where everybody has the freedom to practice whatever religion they want. And it has a 4 out of 4 on the Freedom House index. And it says, are individuals free to practice and express their religious faith or non-belief in public and private? Well, absolutely. Yes, they are in Taiwan. Taiwanese of all faiths can worship freely. Religious organizations that choose to register with the government receive tax-exempt status. So I've just got a little compilation of the wonderful country of Taiwan and what I experienced when I went to various places of worship when I was in Taiwan. And there are so many of them. So here's a little compilation I put together for you guys. This is taken from one of my videos on my Taiwan channel. As you can see, just religion temples everywhere. Falun Gong, Buddhist. Church. Beautiful church. A mosque. And I went inside the mosque and they let me film them praying. Church, a really old church, been there for years. Just shows that for many years Taiwan has been very accepting of all religions. There's me. Wearing a face mask. I remember that. Beautiful church, actually. It's called the Luce Memorial Chapel in Taichung City. Sorry about the cheesy music. I miss Taiwan a lot. But yeah, so you get the point, right? They go on these little trips. They're supposed to be going on a tourist trip just to have a look around, try some food, check out the local sights and the scenes. And then they just throw in this little CCP propaganda talking point. It's very silly. Why even bother? You know, I'm sure it didn't do their channel any favors because they're not predominantly making content about China. They're traveling all over the place. So it really just doesn't make sense why they would even include that, you know? It's a bit ridiculous. And if that is their opinion, if they do think that, you know, like the CCP is very, very welcoming of all religions, then that's just ridiculous. It's just silly. It's just about as silly as this.
I'm pregnant.
You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Okay. So anyway, that's enough of that wonderful place that we just looked at, the beautiful country of Taiwan. Let's get back to the reality of China. Look at the sky there, okay? So again, here is their second video that I wanted to just quickly look at. They went on that little trip to ChongQing, the little propaganda trip, calling it the Futuristic City. Look at the sky.
Bright LED lights at night, and is known to some as a real cyberpunk city. We have seen countless
Cyberpunk.
videos of cool things such as trains going through apartment buildings and giant plazas on top of skyscrapers. Welcome to ChongQing.
Can't even pronounce the name of the city properly. ChongQing. All right, well done. Oh, look, it's the train going through the building, that amazing piece of engineering, that marvel of modern engineering that we should all be jealous of, because that is the future, isn't it? A train going through a building. And I think what we call a train going through a building, I think, don't we call that a train station or a railway station, right?
Oh my God! Woo! Listen to that horn! Oh my God! Oh, she's beautiful! She is beautiful! Yeah! Oh no! It's a BL2 too!
Now, I can tell you something a little bit interesting about this train apartment block setup. The reason why we have two of these things together is because the contract was awarded at the exact same time. So they managed to come to an agreement.
To me, that just sounds like terrible urban planning. And okay, the contract was awarded at the same time. Like, why didn't they think, oh, we'll award it to these people rather than the train? We'll award it to the building. But no, they're just like, oh crap, we ballsed up here. We better come up with something. So I know. We'll just make the train go through the building.
And build both together. Shannon, isn't that really cool that they work together?
I like that. You would not get that in the UK.
You wouldn't get it in the UK. Well, yeah, I mean, we have train stations in the UK.
No way. This is incredible. I actually haven't worked. I honestly can't believe a train goes through an apartment block.
Oh my God! Oh, we're gonna watch this. Oh, this is special.
Wonder how noisy it is though for the people that live there. Like, do you feel vibrations? Or maybe you just get used to it.
Oh my God! Woo! Listen to that horn! Oh my God! Oh, she's beautiful!
Kind of QR.
Okay, and now they show us exactly how high tech it is.
And realised that we hadn't registered for Wuhan yet. We were still only in Shanghai, so it is a little bit annoying. You don't understand why it doesn't set you up for the full country, but once you've done that, it is super easy, but a little bit of a pain.
But you can also just buy your tickets here as well, which we're going to do because I can't be bothered to put my passport number in again.
So again, another inconvenience about traveling around in China is that you need to get this QR code or something to use it on the trains, right? But it isn't the same in every city. So every time you arrive in a new city, you have to apply for this this QR code again to scan on your phone to get on those trains, and you need your passport number to do so. Can you imagine doing that? Imagine like needing an ID card or your passport to buy a train ticket. How ridiculous is that?
Because it never works the first time either. We just have to pay with cash today, so hopefully this works.
Very funny.
I wonder if this is a representation of ChongQing before
ChongQing again.
they made it into this huge mega city, because this is stunning and it's right on the riverfront.
Did you forget what it looked like during the day?
As you can see again, it's very busy with tourists, but wow.
So yeah, we're just gonna hang out here, enjoy these lights behind us and also this incredible view in front of us.
Did he forget what it looked like during the day as well? Okay. So Their tourism is a fake reality. I mean, it's amazing for a foreigner or somebody who has a lot of money who can afford to just travel around China at any time. It can be amazing, you know, when you've got a little bit of money, but not everybody has that luxury, especially the average Chinese person. And, you know, there are like over, what is it, 1.4 billion Chinese people, and not all of them are extremely rich. They're not all like the ones that you see coming over to your country and just buying all of these luxury brands and designer goods and that kind of thing. Okay, it's not like these people here at the American embassy queuing up to get out of China. Not everybody can afford to go on a good holiday. Okay, so the reality of tourism in China. This is the reality, okay? In China, people typically get around 11 official public holidays every single year. So they have New Year's Day, that's the 1st of January. They have Spring Festival, which is 3 days. Tomb Sweeping Day, which is Qingmingjie. They have 1 day. They have Labor Day, 1 day, and sometimes it can be 3 days. They have Dragon Boat Festival, Mid Autumn Festival, and National Day. So in total, it's around 11 days or so, right? Okay, and they have these things called makeup days, and they're often scheduled around these holidays to provide extended breaks, which resulting in shifts in weekends to weekdays. So they'll take away the weekend and add days on, but then you'll have to work the following weekend. It's really quite ridiculous. Man, I think I'm starting to get a cold here. The good old makeup days where they pretend to give you more days off, but you have to actually go and make up these days that you had off, just to coincide with your holiday time. So it might give you 5 days off, but you still have to work 2 of those days again. So you're not exactly getting a longer holiday. Okay. It's so people can have more days off in a row and go to these real peaceful and uncrowded places like the ones that you're seeing over there. Look at that. It's so crowded. So people in China, they seldom have paid annual leave. Okay, it's not like with us. But apparently their annual leave is supposed to work like this. So they work 1 to 10 years and they can get 5 pathetic measly days. And more than 20 years, they'll get 15 days of annual paid leave. So, with this limited window of travel opportunity in China, it creates crazy, chaotic scenes like the ones that you're seeing. Overcrowded, people everywhere. They just want to go and see the sights, but everybody else has exactly the same idea, and it is chaos. It is crazy. I mean, look at this. Look, this is in ChongQing, just there, and this is in Hangzhou, Xihu. So that's Westlake. Yeah, and Shandong, Taishan. Look at how busy it is. It's so busy, man. And that's in Nanjing, the city wall. Crazy, crazy, right? Wow, I have some terrible memories of this, which I'm going to share with you. But okay, so this is some of my own footage that I took in Dalian in 2019. And this is Dalian during the national holiday. Everywhere is so busy. It was really difficult getting here, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be really difficult getting out. Wow. So it doesn't look so busy there, right? I mean, it's still busy, but this is during, I think it was Dragon Boat Festival in 2019. But just wait until you see the next clip.
Well, you thought it was busy earlier, but now look at it. Oh my god. Wow, so
Look at how many people are there. It's like crazy.
busy.
Look at that. Jesus. I remember it took like ages to get home. There were no taxis and public transport was just rammed.
Don't these people have homes to go to?
And just to show you, this is what it is usually like. Hardly anybody. Look, it's like pretty much empty compared to what it was before. And this is exactly the same place. I just show you again.
Now look at it. Oh my god.
Look at that. Compare it to that. And of course, look, you've got the aunties climbing all over these sculptures here just to take their stupid photo. You gotta laugh. It is funny. It is funny. But yeah, this is the reality for most Chinese people. It's not this little tourist fantasy land that these people, these foreigners who come to China on these tourist visas are showing you. The reality is just like this, packed full of people. That's the only time off that these Chinese people get. Unfortunately.
Don't these people have homes to go to?
What was I even talking about, man? Yeah. Really, it's crazy just thinking about it. But this is the reality. You know, it's not like what those part-time propagandists are talking about. And, you know, like, whatever. They went there, they had fun, they filmed it, they made their YouTube videos. That's fine, you know. That's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with showing that you had a good time in a country. Absolutely not. But why throw in those little propaganda talking points? Why? What is the point? You don't need to say anything like that. So yeah, look, there's the guy, the security guard who's employed with his megaphone to tell people to stop climbing up to the... See at the top there? This is supposed to be a big book. It looks like a half pipe on a skateboard ramp. But it's supposed to be a big book. And people climb to the top, and it's actually quite dangerous. So this guy's job is to stand there with the megaphone and tell them not to do it. But people just do it anyway. So he told them to get down. Poor guy. So yeah, it just reminded me of this as well. One of the shorts that I posted, a China propaganda fail, where this is also on one of these national holidays where it's overcrowded, and they've just got these human traffic lights, as I'm calling them. I love the clown music as well. Traffic lights, mother beep. Have you heard of them? All right, so let me just talk about my little personal anecdotes now about my time in China. Okay, so I want to talk about my peaceful China trip to oh God, what's the name of it? Fenghuang Shan Phoenix Mountain, which is in Dandong in Liaoning province. Dandong is that famous place for that, you know, the port of Dandong. It's like on the North Korean border, the China and North Korean border. And I went on a trip during one of the national holidays to a mountain, and it was one of the worst times of my life in regards to travel anyway. So I've just got a couple of photos that I want to show you. So that's just me and some random auntie. It was quite amusing just to get a photo with her. She was fun. She was funny. She was very nice. But again, you're climbing up a mountain. I mean, I say climbing, but you're really just walking up some steps. And it is just packed with people. Have a look at this. These are some photos that I took. Look at that. Just lines of people. And these people are pushing you because they've got no patience, you know, they're there for a short time as well. They just want to get on with it, and everybody's just pushing, and it's overcrowded, and you expect people to be pushing in a situation like that. You can't avoid it, you know. And yeah, it's just absolutely packed. Like, look, my God, it was horrible. And again, like the sky was terrible. Look at that pollution. Like, look, I tried my best to make the photos look good, but didn't work. Just terribly polluted. I mean, very low visibility. Look at that. And at the bottom of the mountain, there was like a little market set up selling street food and vegetables and that kind of thing. And just the state of it, like you'll see in a second. Like, yeah, oh yeah, there was this guy. I had like my big, my Nikon DSLR with a big lens on, and I was just taking photos. And this guy comes up to me and like waves his finger in my face, telling me to stop taking pictures. Of course, I just ignored the fucker and carried on. But like, it was kind of what the hell. But yeah, look at all of the rubbish everywhere. You know, like this is something that a lot of these shills don't show you, right? Is like this horrible rubbish. This is supposed to be like a scenic place to visit, and there's this market down here with just rubbish everywhere. Now, they probably clean that up, obviously. You would hope so, right? But doesn't really give a very good image to the tourists coming there. Like just trash everywhere. Look at it. And the most depressing amusement park in the world, you know. You've got like Wonderland. This is Miseryland, I think. Like, look at that. Look at all of the rubbish everywhere. Like, is that an inviting place to go? I don't think so. And there's some more rubbish on the floor. It's like the rubbish like separates the sidewalk, the pavement from the road. It's like they've purposely put it there to put a separation. Wow, that is just awful. Look at it. No wonder that guy was so angry that I was taking photos. He probably didn't want this people to see this. Yep, world's most depressing amusement park. Like, have a look at that. Wow. Wow. Really, really makes you want to go there, doesn't it? You know, so everybody go to Fenghuangshan for just a lovely family day out. Anyway, I just thought I would end this video with another trip that was one of the best, and it wasn't in China, although I did go on a lot of cool trips in China. Had a great time generally. You know, you just get on with it, you just enjoy yourself no matter what. It can be fun, but yeah, the most exciting and coolest trip to to a mountain that I went to was in Taiwan, when I went to Hehuanshan. And I just want to show you the footage of that because I didn't want to end this video on a depressing note. scenery there, by the way. Yo, my friend from Hong Kong. Not overcrowded at all. There were quite a few people there, though. Drone there as well. Great. Into the view. Go to Taiwan, guys. If you go to Taiwan, you can guarantee it. Taiwan #1. So when you see these like people going on their little tourism trips to China, remember that that is not the reality for most of your average Chinese people. Okay. When they go on holiday, it's usually during a public holiday where it's just completely ram packed full of people. And it's just chaos. It really is. So when you see these little like propaganda videos or just even these like tourist videos, I guess, remember that that is not the reality. And, you could go to China and you could have a great time and do all of these things that these people were doing, but would you really want to go there? Considering that the CCP is just such a piece of crap government, why not go to Taiwan and do all of those things and more? And don't feel bad about going to a country where they have a government like that. Anyway, guys, that's it for all I wanted to talk about for today's live stream. I suppose I could take a couple of minutes to read through some of the chat that you're putting in. Let's just get me on the screen here. So let's see. I shall read some of your comments, or if you have some questions that you want to ask me, please go ahead. And just want to make this clear that I'm not knocking the two YouTubers that I was talking about in this video. It's completely up to them. They can go and do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want in their videos. Obviously, we have free speech and all of that. But I personally don't agree with what they did when they went to China and how they titled their video and how they pushed these little propaganda talking points of the Chinese Communist Party. That's all. I don't have a problem with them personally. I'm sure that they're fine, and possibly they might even regret doing that. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, let's look at some of your questions. So William says, I don't want to go to China at all anyway. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't really want to anymore either. Comments on knife attack on Iowa college professors. Yeah, that's kind of something that I wanted to avoid talking about until there was more information about what happened. I know that there were four college professors. They got stabbed in a park somewhere in Jilin City in a park. I already said in a park, didn't I? Yeah. And I'm not sure who did it, what the motive was. Um, it was more than likely due to nationalism, um, and somebody saw some foreigners and didn't like it. It's kind of like what happened. It was in Beijing. I can't remember which year it was. Maybe 2012 or 13, maybe earlier. There was a French dude walking around with his Chinese girlfriend, and somebody took out a sword and like killed his girlfriend. And I think the French guy survived. But yeah, that was due to nationalism, and he saw a foreigner with one of his Chinese women and decided to, cut him up. So it could be something similar to that. Although I'm not 100% sure, and I would like to see some more information come out about what's happened, but it doesn't really help with the Chinese government covering it up now, does it? So, yeah, pretty interesting. Interesting and disgusting at the same time. And I hope that the four people who were injured are okay and can get home soon to their friends and family. That's very important. Okay, China was a good place for Western tourists in the 80s. Had a school trip of kids that went there, but now just no. Fair enough, dude. Lewis, love your streams. Keep up the great work. Please post your link to your Discord. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the Discord, I'm not very good at keeping up with things like that. I might even hand it over to somebody who wants to run that Discord because yeah, I'm not feeling it. I mean, it's fun. It is nice to like chat to some people on there, but I don't know. I don't think it's for me, really. Thank you so much for telling the reality of China. Too much propaganda infiltrate around the world. Yeah, and I just want to also like be clear that, this is my opinion mostly, drawn from like past experience and stuff that I read, this is my truth, okay? And some people out there might have a completely different opinion, like the Alan and Shannon who made their little video with the title saying no religion what was it? God, what was the title of her video? I'm gonna have to look now because I've even forgotten what her title was. Let's see. Sorry guys, just give me a sec. Gotta get rid of this comment. Religion is not banned in China? Question mark, question mark. That's their opinion as well. They saw one temple and they jumped to the conclusion that religion is not repressed and oppressed in China. Okay, fair enough. Whatever. Anywho, let's see. Lewis, are those YouTubers Krusty's kids? No. Don't think so. Will we see Kurdafu anytime soon? I hope so. Yeah, I think he's currently on a little holiday though, so we might see him at some point. Let's see. Does Taiwan have any waterfalls as nice as China's? What, you mean like those fake waterfalls? Taiwan has some really beautiful natural waterfalls. You should go and check them out. I did some like swimming around these waterfalls. Like it was beautiful, amazing, clear like water, just beautiful, beautiful. Can't say enough good things about it. Okay, it's not even safe to enter Hong Kong now. This is true. I wouldn't go to Hong Kong. Wow, if today's news is anything to go by, the tourism industry is crashing. CCP will definitely try to control the narrative. Yep, they definitely will. Having seen the poor behavior of Chinese tourists in Japan, I'll avoid China entirely. I mean, I wouldn't avoid a place just based on their tourists, to be honest with you, because you'd be avoiding the UK as well, because let me tell you, some British tourists are bloody awful. So I wouldn't say that tourists are a true representation of an entire population of people, okay? The local is their CCP minder. I mean, that's just speculation. We don't really know that 100% now, do we? But you never know. Okay. Lewis, you are the Winston Churchill of our times, holding steadfast against totalitarianism, the true British bulldog spirit. I would not compare myself to Winston Churchill. I really kind of don't like the guy. Well, yeah, I'm just going to say I'm not a fan of Winston Churchill. But I appreciate the sentiment. I love the food in Taiwan. One thing for sure, I don't have to worry about food safety. It won't make me sick. Yeah, I mean, but saying that, yeah, I mean, I got ill from the food in Taiwan, but I don't think it was because the food was dirty or anything. I think it was just my stomach didn't agree with it, as in it was a bit too spicy, if you know what I mean. Um, will you do another live stream walking around anytime soon? Sure, I can totally do another live stream walking around. I'm just not sure where. Maybe somewhere in London next time. I think I might be heading over there this week at some point. So, yeah, I'll think about doing it. Qing Wenshu wants to turn China into a democratic country if he becomes the next Chinese president anyway. Yeah, he's got about as much chance of becoming the next Chinese president as as you have seen a three-legged ballerina. It's just probably not going to happen, dude. But okay then. Right. Anyway, guys, I can see no one's really like asking any questions anymore. I haven't seen anything pop up in the chat. I'll give it another 5 minutes and we'll see. But yeah, it's been great catching up with you guys. And oh, here we go. Being a British tourist is pretty full on. It ain't cheap to go. If Chinese nationalism has become so toxic, as I think it is becoming, people will be at risk and people are going bonkers. Nationalism in any country is not a good thing, right? But when the government tries to encourage said nationalism, it's actually quite dangerous, you know, when the government actually sponsors and sanctions that kind of behavior. So that's the bad thing about nationalism in China, right? Here in the UK, you know, like a lot of people are embarrassed to be so nationalistic like they are in China. It's kind of like, I don't know, man, like it's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, and there's a difference between patriotism and nationalism, right? You can love your country, but you don't just think that your country is the only force for good in the world and every other country sucks and we should stop them. It's silly behavior. Okay. Why did I leave Taiwan? Yeah, sure. I mean, I left Taiwan because I just wanted to come home. That's one of the reasons. Another reason is I didn't want to work as a ESL instructor anymore. Didn't want to be a teacher. And unfortunately, for the first 5 years in Taiwan, you have to work in a job and prove that you're working there, and then you can get your like your residence card, your like kind of like a permanent residence card. You see, they give you a residence permit, but after 5 years of working in Taiwan, that gets upgraded, and you can actually stay there without even doing a job. Okay, which is completely different from in China. And unfortunately, I wasn't there long enough to get that benefit, and I didn't want to be doing that job as a teacher anymore. So I had to come home, and that's fine because I missed home anyway, and it's great to be back. Uh, are you feeling better about the channel? Or was I mean, if you watch that whole stream, I came to the conclusion that it was still worth making videos. So um, it wasn't just one of those days because the day went well. But I know what you mean. And, you know, like sometimes we have our moments, don't we? And we need to reflect on what we're doing. And for me, I have the benefit of having a bit of an audience, so I can put out my problem to you guys, and you can help me. So, you know, that's the way I do it. It's like reflection, get some advice from you guys, think about it properly, put it out there and share how I feel with you guys. You know, there's no point in living a lie, is there? So, yeah, that's basically what that stream was all about. Weaponized nationalism, indeed, indeed. Okay, Sid Vicious says, guys, please be sure to hit the like and share this video. Our mission is to help free China grow this year big time. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm pretty much resigned to the fact that this channel is probably not going to get huge, but I'm okay with that. We've got a good little community going on here, and most of you guys who comment on the videos and watch the videos are pretty awesome. We get the odd like absolute douchebag coming in sometimes, but there's more it's more positive than negative, so that's awesome. So thank you guys, appreciate all of you. Let's see. We beat Pakistan in the Cricket World Cup, and our members are part-timers. USA, USA. Pakistanis were triggered. Oh, really? I have to watch cricket, man. Like, it's so freaking boring. CCP Tube has blocked my last 4 comments. Yeah, YouTube's a funny old place for that, man. Like, a lot of people always comment saying, why did you block my comment? Ooh. Well, no, I don't really block comments, really. I generally, like these days, I don't even read a lot of them, you know, because I get quite a few coming in on the videos, so I can't read every single one. But YouTube has this habit of blocking people, and I don't know why. I did watch the whole thing. Okay, cool. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate you. Have you ever formally requested an interview with the CCP embassy in London? No, I have not. But I have been in there several times, obviously, because I've been to China and I had to get my visa there. You may consider to invite some Taiwan, Hong Kong YouTuber to your channel. Well, I've already kind of done some collaborations in the past, right? I don't know if you've watched many of my videos, but you know, I've had a few people on, especially on my Taiwan channel, which maybe some of you don't even have a clue that I had a channel in Taiwan before I was doing this channel, and it even has more subscribers, even to this day. But I kind of stopped making videos on that and focused more on this because I'm no longer in Taiwan, right? So it doesn't make sense. And this channel is definitely welcoming to anybody from, especially people from Taiwan. Let's see. I didn't even know USA. No, neither did I. I was shadow banned for a while. Well, it happens. Like, it really does. And you shouldn't be blaming the content creators. It's a YouTube problem. Yep. Nobody knew you had a cricket team. Well, that's because cricket sucks. I need a Pool Wally Pooh Bear in my studio. Nah, man. I've got my. I don't need a Pool Wally Pooh Bear. I've got the Starship Enterprise. That will strike fear into the CCP's heart. And it even lights up. Oh, it's run out of batteries. Damn. Yeah, that's my Enterprise, and that's my Reliant. It's from the film The Wrath of Khan. There's the Reliant and the Enterprise. One of my favorite films of all time. So yeah, I don't need no Pooh Bear because I got Star Trek. Okay, guys, we've been going for an hour. It's kind of coming up to bedtime. Star Trek, no Star Wars ever. Bunch of nerds. I'm not into Star Wars. Like I liked it when I was a kid. Like the first 3 films. Loved Star Wars. But as I grew older, obviously Star Trek is just more intellectual and just way better, way more depth to it. You know, like it's a whole universe. Like Star Wars, yeah, okay, they've tried to make it kind of like a big universe, and like, you know, with the Mandalorian and all of these little spin-offs, but it just can't compete with Star Trek, I'm afraid. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Sorry I was a little bit under the weather. Not really my usual self, right? But I appreciate you all tuning in. I hope the topic was interesting, and I'll definitely be putting out more content soon. Don't forget to like the video, obviously, comment if you can, because I know you've been chatting away here, but if you could also put just a comment on the video, because that really does help push it in that silly little algorithm thing that people keep babbling on about. I don't have a clue how it works. But yeah, please post me a comment on this video, like it, share it if you want. If you think it's worth sharing, share it. If you don't think it was worth sharing, then don't share it. But if you do think it was worth sharing, maybe share it with somebody who doesn't really know much about China. And yeah, just enjoy my content, and I enjoy chatting with you guys. But thanks a lot for coming in today, and I'm just waffling on now, so I'm gonna end this. Let me just give you a little Xi Jinping little sound bite. So yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.